interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Welcome to the 2023 Dakar Rally edition of the Chasing Waypoints podcast. Bringing you daily updates as competitors take on over 5,000 miles in 15 days across the Arabian Peninsula. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates. And if you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Chasing Waypoints for more updates and news from the bivouac. That being said, let's get to it. All right, what is going on, guys? Here we go. Stage number 2, 2023 Dakar Rally. If you guys were just listening over at stage number 1, the episode right before this, you guys kind of found out about the briefing and what was going on for this now stage start. And if you guys already, I mean, I'm a day late to the party. All right. You guys already know I was on a plane. I was trying to get here, made it happen. Family first, everybody enjoying their time, having a good time. Yes. So anyway, speaking of good time, great times, you guys already know the results. This is not news to you guys. Mason Klein taking a win, picking up that W. So not only coming out swinging as one of the Americans, getting on the podium now twice in a row, he picks up his first stage win in the Dakar history for him. And I think that's got to be the suit. I don't know who has won a stage that fast early on at the Dakar Rally on the motorcycles. So hats off to him and what he has accomplished. Talked to him a little bit, got a little bit of rapport on what he was doing, and absolutely having fun, making it happen. And well, there's the result. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and what this means and what that is going on. I got a really good hunch that our buddy Gnarly Dave is going to be calling in here shortly, so we can discuss a little bit about the next day's stage and what is going on. So stage number 2, very, very big deal. So let's talk about stage number 2. You guys just heard the rundown on that stage. If you just heard the episode, if you're listening to them back to back, but if not, let's get that rundown. Stage number 2, that is going to be from Seacamp to Alul, is 267 miles of racing, 99 miles of liaison. So 431 kilometers of racing stage special stage, 590 kilometers total, including the 99-mile liaison, roughly about 130 miles there. So let's go back to that one, give you guys that quick rundown once again. So front-loaded liaison, 159 kilometers from the bivouac to the start line. Once they finished the stage, that was only going to be 1 kilometer, so about 0.6 of a mile over to the pits. So very nice, front-loaded, early morning, 5 o'clock in the morning for the bikes, and then early stage start with an early finish and finishing right at home. So definitely worth it. I think I feel like some racers prefer that versus the end of the day, right? All beat up after a stage, now you still got to commute another, 100 miles. That's a little bit rough. So that was the breakdown. So 14% sand is what they were talking about, 59% dirt, and 26% stones with only 1% of dunes for this time around. That percentage is going to be huge. It is going to change. So get ready for that one. So that was the stage breakdown. That's what these guys went through. That is stage number 2. Stage number 3 is literally launching right now as my phone is absolutely going crazy with so-and-so. Oh, look at that. Ricky Brabeck has just started the stage at 8:07 a.m. local time in Saudi Arabia, or for us on the West Coast, 9:07 p.m. So let's check the results. Let's get you guys that rundown. So 2 Americans on the podium today. I did allude to that here in just a second ago. Let's talk about that. Mason Klein on the BAS World Racing Team picking up his first stage win at the Dakar Rally 2023. 5 hours, 23 minutes, and 4 seconds. As Bueller from Deutschland on the Hero Motorsports Rally Team at 5:24.13, 1 minute and 9 seconds behind Mason Klein. And then in that 3 spot on the Husqvarna factory racing bike with the fastest mustache in Dakar, That is Skylar Howes. 5 hours, 24 minutes, and 17 seconds with 1:13 behind Mason Klein. All right, that is your top three. That is your podium for stage number 2. Let's talk about the next 6 competitors to round out your top 10. Ross Branch on the Hero Motorsports Rally Team, 5 hours, 25 minutes, and 2 seconds, 1:58 behind. Then you have Toby Price in the number 5 spot. On the Red Bull KTM Factory Racing Bike, 5 hours, 25 minutes, 20 seconds, finishing 2:16 behind. Joan Barreda Bort in that number 6 spot. He is on the Monster Energy JB team, 5 hours, 25 minutes, and 36 seconds, 2 minutes and 32 seconds behind the leader. And then you have Luciano Santolino on the Sherco, finishing up number 7, 5 hours, 26 minutes, 14 seconds, finishing 3:10 behind the leader. And then Kevin Benavides in the number 8 spot on the Red Bull KTM Factory Racing Bike, 5 hours, 26 minutes and 24 seconds, 3 minutes and 20 seconds behind the leader. Daniel Sanders finishing on that Red Bull Gas Factory Racing Bike, 5 hours, 26 minutes, 28 seconds, 3 minutes and 24 seconds behind the leader. And then Matthias Wagner in the number 10 spot on the Red Bull KTM Factory Racing Bike, 5 hours, 27 minutes, and 10 seconds, 4 minutes and 6 seconds off of the pace of Mason Klein. So that is your top 10 after or on stage number 2. So let's talk about the overall right now. We got 2 stages under our belt. So stage 1, stage 2. What do the overall standings look like? Oh, look, I switched over and there's Mason Klein leading the 2023 Dakar Rally. Wow. All right. I'm excited for this guy, right? Second year at Dakar, literally is on the second stage, completed 2 stages of racing, 2 podiums, and also now leading the rally overall. Leading the rally overall by exactly 1 minute and 41 seconds over Toby Price on the Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Of course, we know Mason Klein, BAS World KTM Racing Team. Toby Price on the Red Bull KTM Factory Racing Bike, finishing right now with a total time of 9 hours, 40 minutes, 9 seconds, 1 minute and 41 seconds behind Mason Klein. Then you have John Barreda Bort on the Monster Energy JB team, 9 hours, 40 minutes, 31 seconds, finishing or currently 2 minutes and 3 seconds off the lead from Mason Klein. Number 4 on the overall list right now, Kevin Benavides on the number 47 Red Bull KTM Factory Racing Bike, 9 hours, 40 minutes, 53 seconds, 2.25. So 2 minutes, 25 seconds behind the leader. Then you have in the number 5 spot, Daniel Sanders, Red Bull Gas Factory Racing, 9 hours, 41 minutes, 23 seconds, 2:55 behind. Then you've got Ricky Brabeck in the number 6 spot on the Monster Energy Honda team, 9:42.49. So 9 hours, 42 minutes, and 49 seconds. He is 4 minutes and 21 seconds back. Then you have Skylar Howes in the number 7 spot on the Husqvarna Factory Racing Bike, 9 hours, 43 minutes, 39 seconds. He is 5:11 off the pace of Mason. Then you have Pablo Quintanilla. He is on the Monster Energy Honda team, 9 hours, 43 minutes, 44 seconds. He is 5 minutes and 16 seconds off the pace. And then Matthias Wagner in the number 9 spot, number 52 Red Bull KTM Factory Racing Bike, in 9 hours, 46 minutes, and 46 seconds. He is 8 minutes and 18 seconds behind the leader. And then you have Mr. Bueller on the Hero Motorsports Team Rally Bike, and that is 9 hours, 47 minutes, and 2 seconds. He is 8 minutes and 34 seconds back. So, top 10, 8 minutes and 34 seconds. That is what divides these guys up. 10 bikes right now. And when I mean 10 bikes, I mean 10 bikes. I mean Price, Bort, Benavides, Sanders, Brabeck, Howes, Quintanilla, Wagner. Right? Those are the names. There's 2 names missing on that list right now. And that is the guy that's in the lead, Mason Klein, and then there's Bueller on the Hero Motorsports team. Now, Bueller, first time I see him up there. Mason Klein, like I said in the post earlier today, it was not a matter of if, it was a matter of when for Mason Klein to be doing what he is doing right now at the moment. So I'm absolutely stoked to see him where he is at, but man, he has got a pack of people that he is in company with right now, and no one of them is very far behind. So that is going to be an interesting subject as they get into the stage start for stage number 3 on this event. So I'm thinking they're going to have, I think it's going to be an interesting day. So what did we hear from the bivouac? What did we hear from the day? So first of all, stage number 2 for these guys was definitely a challenging one. A lot of rocky navigation, a lot of stuff going on there, and I think that they have definitely earned their stripes today. Some of the comments that I've heard from the videos and things like that is that today's stage was most definitely not just about 20% rocks. It was more like 90% rocks. So heard a lot of story, had bent wheels, mooses hanging on for their dear life because the wheel had smoked and just dirt and whatnot getting in there. So it was definitely a tough rally stage for a lot of guys, especially if you're not used to riding in the rough. Well, now what is that? And what I see here and absolutely balances this out, right, is you have Mason Klein and you have Skylar Howes, you have Daniel Sanders, but I'm leaning more towards let's see, that's where he did, let's see, on the overall in the stages. Yeah, Klein, Howes, and then Price, I think, is going to be the other one. So you got a lot of guys that are in that top stage that are used to running in kind of rougher terrains or have been doing the Dakar long enough to know some of the different areas and terrains that they're going to be running into. And I think that they're more well-versed on it. So to me, it kind of doesn't surprise me to see Mason and Skylar both up on the podium, but I only say that because the way that the terrain was suited from what we understood it was going to be and what they said it was going to be versus what it actually was two different stories. And I think that that's where we saw these guys shine. Of course, that does not mean the navigation was not any easier. It was still a long day today. It was barely shorter than yesterday. So that was one of the things going into the 23 Dakar that we were talking about is like, hey, nobody's going to get off easy. It is not going to be an easy event for everybody. It is going to be longer. They wanted more racing. They wanted more stuff to do. Well, you got it. Here's what it is. And they're absolutely getting hammered on it. And but that's good, right? Now we're going to get to see it. So a couple of different things, right? For stage 3, now we've got this whole leading. When you lead out, they're going to have bonus time for the guys that are leading out and all that stuff, which in this case is going to be Mason Klein. So that is going to be an interesting one. And that was one of the stories that we heard about today, right? So, we had Ricky Brabeck lead the stage out, right? He was your winner yesterday, so that means he was going to be first out on the stage. Then you had Kevin Benavidez, and then you had Mason Klein. So Mason Klein hanging out, navigating, doing his thing. That we're going to talk about here in just a minute once we get Gnarly Dave on the phone. But there's a lot of strategy going on with this, and it is not easy. And here comes the swing. Here, I think teams are still going to try and do it, but I think they're playing with fire. I really do. With what's happening with how the Dakar and the organization is really trying to focus on breaking up that swing and making things more challenging and slowing everybody down. I think that this is definitely going to add some spice to it. Now, how is it going to work? I don't know. I mean, literally, the guys are literally taking off right now for this stage. So I'm curious to see how they do. On that note, let's talk a little bit on the American Rally Originals and the rest of the team. So a lot of movement going on. You had Jacob Argubright out there, Ace Nilsson out there, Peter Angelvec, and then, of course, the American Rally Originals with Paul Neff. You have Kyle McCoy, you have Mo Hart, and you have Dave and Jim Pearson, or the Danger Twins, as we are now so calling them. That is the entire American field right now at the moment, including Ricky Brabeck, Mason Klein, and, of course, Skylar Howes. So those guys, let's see here. Let's check in with them. Let's see what it looks like here. So standings after stage number 2 for them. So you have, let's search, let's get everybody on here. So we get those accurate ones. There's Argubright. And then let's look up Nilsson. All right, let's talk about our boys and how they did. I scroll up here, do that one there. And then get rid of that. Sorry, I'm doing this all live because I think that's how it should be done anyway, right? So let's get rid of that one. Let's do that. It's funny. It's kind of new. Like, okay, I wish I had easier. Like, I feel like I'm quicker to click on some of this stuff than I am to actually like manipulate the results on the tablet. But I actually kind of like this one. So, okay, we know about our top guys. We know how they did out in the field. Let me throw Brabeck in on this one. I know that for Brabeck, that was the thing, right? Leading out, this is what we talked about, and this is why things like that bonus time have come to fruition, is we've talked about this, and that's on that. If you go to open a stage, you are bound to lose time. You're first on track. You are out there making the track for everybody to follow. It's up to you to make the mistakes. And in the recap, we saw that. We saw it happen. We saw Ricky have a couple of mistakes on the navigation, which is absolutely, when I say a mistake in navigation, zero people are exempt from those mistakes in navigation. They are going to happen. The good guys, the guys that understand it, are the guys that figure it out the fastest. The faster you figure out that you are not on the right track, the better and the faster you're going to be on the right track with the least amount of time lost, which, as our friend Willem said over on his videos, and they're talking about, is everything is for sale in the bivouac except time. So remember that, guys. When you're in the sport of rally, it's all about time management. So you definitely, whether you're on track or off track, whether you're in a stage, whether you're on a liaison, whether you're in the bivouac, wherever you're at, it's all about time management, especially these guys, the Malamoto team. It is not an easy feat for them to be doing what they do, and it's got to be all of them doing it at once. So with that being said, all right, let's talk about our guys. So we know about our 1 and number 3 guys up at the very top. 15th, we have Ricky Brabeck finishing that one up. He finished out with a time of 5 hours, 28 minutes, 39 seconds, finishing 5 minutes and 35 seconds behind the leader. Then next up would be Jacob Argybright on the 28th spot. Very nice. Top 30. He is on the Husqvarna on the Dustco rally team. 5 hours, 48 minutes and 26 seconds. 25 minutes and 22 seconds behind the leader. Paul Neff of the American Rally Originals, finishing up 6 hours, 43 minutes and 44 seconds, 1 hour, 20 minutes behind the leader. Peter-Angelo Vec, 74th on the Detnians racing team, 7 hours, 5 minutes and 49 seconds, finishing 1 hour and 42 minutes, 45 seconds behind David Pearson in the number 85 spot on the American Rally Originals team, 7 hours, 21 minutes and 55 seconds, finishing 1 hour, 58 minutes and 51 seconds behind. Kyle McCoy, 91st. Finishing on, he is part of the American Rally Originals team, 7 hours, 24 minutes and 19 seconds, and finishing 2 hours, 1 minute and 15 seconds behind. Then it is Ace Nilsson on the Dust Rally team, finishing 7:52:48, 7 hours, 52 minutes and 48 seconds, with a total of 2 hours, 29 minutes and 44 seconds behind the leader. And then let's check in here. That is Ace Nilsson, Jim Pearson, finishing 8 hours, 7 seconds, finishing 2 hours, 37 minutes behind the leader. And then Mo Hart, 126 on the American Rally Originals bike, is 10 hours, 25 minutes and 17 seconds, 5 hours, 2 minutes and 13 seconds behind the leader. So what do we have going on here? So first of all, hats off to Mo Hart. It has not been an easy 2 days, but he is absolutely alive and kicking and going and making it happen. Jim Pearson, my understanding today, had a little bit of an off in the rocks, possibly cracked helmet, which means the helmet did its job. As I also heard some few airbag deployments, there has been some talk about the airbag and the safety equipment side of things, and I really do believe that the airbag thing has changed the game, and a lot of people, even non-believers, are definitely believing now in these airbags and what they are doing. So we're going to see more deployments. We're going to see more of those things, but it's doing its job. Is it touchy? I kind of feel like it is, but at the same time, it's like many things in life. On this case is, I'm okay with touchy because it just means you're a little bit safer. So that is a rundown on that one. On the finishing order, so far for stage number 2, let's talk here just a second. All right, latest ranking standings. Let's get rid of that one. All right, let's turn up the volume here. We're turning it up. Here we go. Let's see if we can get him on the line.
Hey, no mommy's way. What's up, Adventure Time?
It's Gnarly Dave. ¿Qué onda?
The other way. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Doing well. Yourself?
Good. Just driving home from work in the rain.
Very nice. All right. So speaking of rain, right? In the place where it rains like exactly 3 hours a year, it's raining today in Saudi Arabia.
Right. Oh, is it really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, they did catch a little bit of rain. I saw a post, and I was like, dude, this actually looks pretty nice. Some hero dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been at work for like 9 hours, so I haven't really been like checking on the Dakar website or anything lately. So, yeah.
It is not. Yeah, it's been a little bit different. We'll say, I'm not going to say difficult. It's been a little bit different on, navigating the app versus before, where it was like, oh yeah, just jump on the website, and it was easy to knock out.
Yeah, I like the app a little bit better this year. I think it's more user friendly, and I think there's more information on it. So,
yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's kind of like everything's in one place, and it makes it a little bit easier for these for the guys.
For sure,
at least
for sure.
Track. At least once you get it set up, right? Once you get your filters in and everything done, and I think that
exactly, get your favorites in there and whatnot. Yeah,
yeah, and who we're tracking and all of that. So, dude, interesting day today.
Yeah, dude, your boy Mason,
right? I mean,
dude,
that's I just was literally talking about it. It's like you think like, okay, this is his second Dakar. And it's his second stage of the 23 Dakar, and he picks up the win.
I know.
So,
I mean, he's a strong navigator, and like, he's a computer geek. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but he loves navigation, dude. And this is like, I mean, good for him, right?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And that's the thing is like, so being up there, right? You've got. Obviously you had Ricky up there, you had Benavides up there, and then you had Mason Klein. We knew Daniel Sanders was up there for a little bit, but,
Yeah.
So you still have to be present to win. You can't be a horrible navigator and then just say, well, I'm just going to follow Ricky and I'm going to follow Kevin, because it takes exactly 2 notes for them to squirrel out on you if you're not also keeping pace.
Yeah, and then keep it up on your book, because if they miss something and you're just following tracks, then I mean, what good is it? Then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta keep on it still.
Yeah, it goes from the Dakar swing to the Dakar train.
Yeah.
Everybody's just rolling in the same direction. So
for sure.
It doesn't make it good. So yeah, I think that was pretty cool. And so you heard about this, right? On the prologue where they multiplied the start time. They multiplied the prologue time and then added it to stage 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're playing some games. They're trying to fix this whole Dakar swing. Right? They're really working hard on that. And this is actually, so Mason picking up the win, and now he gets to lead out today for stage 3.
Yeah, which I don't think he's a great navigator. I mean, you can't take that away from the kid, that's one of his super strong points. So, and he's riding good, dude. I mean, he had some heavy hitters behind him, and they didn't really catch him,
No, he, on the conversation I screwed up and somehow did not record it. We were literally talking about that, and when he came back from last year's Dakar, and then what he did on the entire off season coming up to this Dakar was work on his speed. And, and I think it's very like this. I don't know if you saw the video of him today putting a pass on one of the hero bikes.
I like those hero bikes, dude. I think they look so cool.
They're kind of cool, right?
The front end reminds me like Star Wars or something. I don't know. Kind of cool. But it's funny because I was thinking about that earlier, because I mean, I've raced District 37 my whole life, and that's kind of where Mason came from. But if you go back for me, and like you never really heard of Mason in District 37. Obviously, you heard of Carter lately because Carter's kicking ass, and Pro 2. But I mean, Mason never made any waves in District, I don't believe, or I never heard of it, And for him, he's put in the work, so good for him.
Yeah. I think I think the story with him and how it happened is he kind of grew up, started doing it, and then just went the other direction. He went the rally direction. Carter stayed with that, and he just did. I mean, not to take. I mean, taking absolutely zero away from him, because I know I couldn't keep up with him for more than like 3.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a good rider, and obviously he can put in a very long ride, to be able to do this. And so today, today's stage for stage 3, I think, is definitely gonna. It's going to be interesting, right? It's the first stage where they're going to start including this bonus time. The multipliers for opening the stage and leading out, and then I think it goes all the way to the fuel stop, or something like that. So I don't know.
It's going to be tricky because wasn't Sanders leading, and then he kind of pulled over and let Mason take the win because he didn't want to start. Obviously, you don't want to lead out. That's kind of what I heard.
Yeah, they're playing the game, right? I think but I think deep down, I think there's two things that I got deep down that I'm like, okay. One is that I think that Sanders and these guys doing it, they're a little apprehensive about playing the game. Because they don't know how this multiplier thing or this bonus time may factor in. I think that once they get this stage under their belt, I think then we're going to see the strategy change with the bigger teams.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They got the rule book there, and they know how it's going to work. So I think I'm going to disagree with you, and I'm going to say they know how this is going to work out. It's just, but it's the desert. It's racing, and anything can happen. That's where it gets tricky, and that's where things change. So,
yeah, I think the
ASO is definitely keeping it exciting with all these changes.
Yeah, everything they're trying to do and work out. Which I get it. I agree with what they're kind of doing. I think the speed limits, I think they're pushing. I mean, obviously we've come a ways. There's still two things to be seen. I mean, really how this bonus time works out, and then also the rumor of the split stages, an A and B stage, which
are they still doing that? I don't know. I heard they're still up in the air. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. I think they're still up in the air about it. And honestly, I can literally see it, turning into a protest.
Oh, why wouldn't it? Because if it just splits, before the waypoint by 100 yards, what if there's so many stones on the B track and there's not that many stones on the A track, and it's going to slow you down? Then how's that fair? You come together at the waypoint, and join back together. But yeah, definitely, I don't see that working too great.
Yeah, I think that I feel like. I don't know. I mean, this could. So my theory on that one is.
I mean, I can tell you because I make road books. I make road books, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can throw a waypoint out there and make two different tracks to it that I think are pretty close, but they're not going to be as far as time goes, because the desert's different. Well, at least out by me.
No, absolutely. No, no. I mean, literally all you got to go is left and right on one wash, one on one side, one on the other. But what about, okay, let's just think about this one is what about the possibility of putting one waypoint earlier than the other? 100 meters, 200 meters. In the road book, literally the same track. It's just the waypoint is a little earlier or a little later, depending on the book. And
yeah, I don't know. I just think it's protest city. I think there's gonna be too many monkeys in that wrench.
Everybody's trying to turn the wrench in different directions. Is what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're going to find out if it does happen or not.
I agree. I'm refraining from looking at the results because I don't want to share results or current results because this is or current tracking because literally the stage is going on. I actually just got notification that Ricky took off about 20 some odd minutes ago at 9:07 p.m. here. But
yeah,
my other thing is with Mason leading out, I've talked to him and he actually likes to lead out. He's good with that leading out. And I feel like deep down there's less distraction for him. He's got a road book, he navigates it, and he just does what he does. And there's less road markings. There's less tracks to confuse. No, I know it's this way. He's very confident in his navigation.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You have to be confident. You have to be. You just can't second guess yourself. Whether you're trained by Jimmy Lewis or you're self-trained or whatever. You know what works for you, and just you got to go with your gut. Just go. All right, cool. You know what? I'm just going to do this. This is where I'm going.
Yeah. And just send it.
Yeah, and he's got that, dude. Yeah. He's a good navigator.
He is.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
it was.
You got like we just said, you got to be present to win. You have to navigate your way into the top 10. You cannot not navigate.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, yeah, you got to.
So
I remember because I'm in the HRC camp, and you know that because I do stuff with HACR. We do our rally testing, our durability, and I get to hear the stories from like Pablo and Nacho and Ricky and Johnny and stuff like that. I think the year that I don't think I told you the story, but I think the year that Ricky won, I think Pablo took second, and they're kind of battling for it. And we call it the bivouac Narsto. We call it Barstow Narsto. Mm-hmm. So we're at Narsto, and then Pablo was talking. He's like, I wasn't even following my road book. I was just following Ricky's tracks and just trying to go full gas and just hold it wide open to make up time. I was like, I thought you weren't following your road book. I mean, it seems so, someone at that level, I was just like, wow, I was kind of blown away by that. He was just sending it, just trying to make up time, and Ricky following his tracks,
And that,
going back to what you said earlier in the conversation, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, and it's definitely a train, because if you get lucky, you come over the hill and here comes Ricky realizing he made a mistake, and you just made up all sorts of time because you realize he made that mistake, and you don't make it. You find the correct way right then and there. But if you weren't following along in the road book, how do you know what note you're working on?
Exactly. And that's what I thought. I was like, dang, Pablo got so lucky that, obviously Ricky was on point and followed his tracks and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's pretty cool to hear. It's pretty cool to hear, the guys' stories and about race, all that.
Well, they talk about that. Well, that was like listening to the guys at in Sonora Rally. Skylar Howe's putting on a clinic over there in dune navigation. This past event, and the same thing, the guys come in, and Skylar comes in and he's talking, and it was like, I was like just sending it up these dunes and doing all of this stuff, and you hit this gnarly step up and all this, and then the next few guys to come in, they're like white knuckled, look like they seen a ghost, and it's like,
for sure,
I don't know how he was doing it. It's like, you see the track at the bottom of this dune, and then like 50 feet up, there's another track where he landed, and he's just like sending this in. So it goes the same thing. Like, you have, if you're on the right track and you can navigate, you still have to be following along with the book, because the guy in front of you may be that much more talented, and he's going to be jumping and clearing things and making speed out of nowhere.
Yeah, dude. And then, I mean, those top 10 guys are just, top 20 guys are so talented on a bike, because I've ridden with like some of the top pros, and then like Childress, Baja 1000 winner, he's my good friend, and we'd mountain bike, and I was like just outside top 10 on Strava, and like, I got to make top 10, and I call Mikey Goat Roper. I'm like, bro, slow down like 20% so I can see what you're doing differently. And he would just pick lines that I never thought about, Mm-hmm. Those guys are just so amazingly fast. They see things that I would never see, or yourself would never see, to make up that time. It's pretty incredible. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah, the reading of the terrain and being able to make that decision, at speed is
I mean, you're constantly looking ahead. Oh, yeah, it's pretty cool. No, me and Childress used to ride together and stuff, and it was our thing to beat each other. But I'm like, there's one time he beat me so bad, I'm like, I'm done. I'm never going to win another race again. He was just literally on another level, and that's what these guys are. Those top guys are on another level.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Jake Augubright. He's out there. He's running like 30th or something like that, and he's doing great. Don't get me wrong, but I love Augie. Augie's my boy, and I mean, he's going to pull off some top 10s before this is over. He's just getting up to speed and figuring it out. And Jacob's going to do awesome. I'm so excited for him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see. He last
like 25th or 30th or something.
Yeah. So 31st on stage 1, and then on stage 2. On stage 2, 28th. So pick it up a few spots.
Yeah, and Jake's been training like hard and stuff, and we've ridden a few times together and stuff. And I like Jake. I've always liked Jakey, and I see as this goes on, I see him in a top 10 finishing, a few days out of it. So I'm just excited for him.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I agree with that. And like you were saying earlier, I mean, you're right on the guys. I mean, you have. So starting tomorrow's stage or tonight's stage, right? Stage 3, Mason Klein, Howes, Ross Branch, Toby Price, Beretta, Benavides, Sanders, Walkner, Quintanilla, the other Benavides, and Nacho, all in that top 13. All of those guys are fast. Like
I get it.
Pick one of them, and you've got a stage winner. So,
dude, you know what? I like Joanne for a stage win coming up real soon. I like, he's been in our HRC camp for a long time, and he's kind of like on his own deal this year. He's still a Honda guy, and he's got a bike, and I got to spend more time with him than I have before, and maybe because Benavides wasn't there or whatever. I don't know. Joanne seemed more focused and more talkative, and just I don't know. I have good feelings for Joanne for capturing some stage wins and probably getting the record, because I think Coma has the record at like 31 or something like that. So and then Joanne's at 29 or something. So
so we got some room to breathe on that record. Then still, like, it could happen this event.
Yeah, it could definitely happen. And I think the sand is a little better for Joanne. So I don't know, but then you got Ricky. Ricky's a desert ace, and Nacho's an awesome navigator also. And then you got Pablo, dude. I mean, the Honda camp's pretty stacked. And don't get me wrong, KTM guys are good too. And, everybody else.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, okay. So let's talk about stage 3. Let's get the rundown out of the way. All right. So stage 3, they're doing a loop 2 from Alul to Hail. They are 447 kilometers of special. So 277 miles, and then
that's so long. My longest road book is 200 miles. That's 200 plus a liaison. What's a liaison on that?
The liaison is now is another 137 miles. So today's day is 270 kilometers long. Or no, 600. Yeah, 669 kilometers long, and they're running about 400 miles today. So,
dude, that's so crazy. It's like, and that's a Baja 400. I mean, it's a score Baja 400, and you're doing that every day, just about.
Yeah. I think they averaged the 300 mile mark. So short liaison in the morning, 61 kilometers from the bivouac to the special start. Then they've got the 447 kilometers in the middle for special stage. Then they've got 162 kilometers for their second road section, or the liaison. Back.
Yes.
First gas is 61 kilometers, so they fill up at the DSS. They got to go 240 kilometers before they hit gas. That's kind of stretching because, right, their 300 kilometers is about the minimum, I think that they say, which these guys are running the minimum.
Yeah,
they got.
I know stuff, but I can't say stuff.
We will leave it at there. So,
yeah,
but right? I mean, it's as roughly as the 300 kilometers about the route. So, I mean, that doesn't give you a lot of room for error as far as making mistakes on the first stint.
No, it does not. You're absolutely correct.
So then you got a neutralization, then you get more gas there. You got 207 kilometers before you get to the finish of the special stage. And then you have,
hey, Taco, but you're forgetting these things. Like, do these guys know when the time bonus is? And if they're getting there, are they going to go full gas, and try and get the time bonus and burn up more fuel? I mean, it depends on terrain too. If it's sandy or the tire's spinning, they're using more fuel.
Well, is this going to play out to your boy though? Because let's talk. So they left the bivouac this morning at 5:50 in the morning. First bike was off at 7:30 in the morning. And they're up against 49% sand, 38% dirt, hard pack, 13% rocks, and then 0 on the dunes, 0 on the dry lake bed, and 0 on tarmac. So 49% sand. So half this stage is sand today. So
I like Joanne, bro.
You like Joanne for that?
I like Joanne. I like Joanne for the stage win.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just do. But you know what? Nacho and Pablo, they've been training, dude, in the dunes and stuff.
Yeah.
You definitely can't count out Pablo and Nacho, dude. I don't know.
I agree with you. You can't see. That's the thing is like, dude, grab the top 15. You can't count any of those guys out because they're all they're all there for a reason. They didn't just fall into it. And yeah, but I think we're still in the home terrain for the US guys.
Yeah. If you look at the photos like from today and stuff, it kind of looks like a wet Barstow, it's kind of a lot of stones and stuff and 2-track. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's kind of towards our advantage right now, like you said. So we'll just see. It's still going to be, I don't know. It's still going to strategy. It's still going to be strategy. And like, I think Ricky was talking about, it's like, you want to be in the top 10 around the middle, like 5th or 6th, let these guys fight it out and let them make their mistakes and just stay calm and collective and do your thing. And then start fighting towards the end, where you don't have too much time to make up, and I think, Ricky's got Johnny. They've been together for a long time, and I mean, Johnny's the master at this, dude. So, I mean, the other teams have awesome guys too, but obviously I'm a Honda guy, so I just know. I don't know. It's just so exciting. Either way, it's freaking exciting, dude. I'm up, I wake up at 3 a.m. because I just do, because I'm stupid. I'm like, oh, let me check the Dakar app. Let me see what's going on. I'm like, oh no. It's just like, all right, come on. It's so early. Go back to bed. So,
yeah. Well, be careful what you wish for. Then, if I know you're up, I'm going to start calling you then, because that's my plan. Wake up at 4 a.m, get the rundown, get the episode out, and then.
Oh, dude, Narnar's up, dude. Call me, Taco. I'll talk to you, bro.
Nice.
So, anyways, back to what you're saying about the terrain, and who do you like? Who do you like for this? I mean, who I like.
Yeah, you know what?
Hey, give me your top 3, Taco. Give me your top. Give me your top 3, bro. For the stage, yeah.
I feel like
give me top 5. I'll take a little pressure. Give you some wiggle room. Give me top 5.
No. I mean, I think let me go back. So I got them in front of me. So I'm gonna go with Howes. I definitely want to put Howes and Ricky in that top 5.
One thing you didn't touch base on, like you said, Mason and Sky are starting first, second. Is that what you said?
First and third.
Yeah, they ride together all the time. So, I'm sure if Skylar can jump on Mason's tail, they train together and stuff. They navigate together. Mm-hmm. I mean, they could just go flat out. Who knows? I don't know, dude. It's exciting.
It is.
Hey, give me your top 5. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No. So Howes, Brabeck. Man, this is a good one. How's Brabeck, Price, and I mean, I don't know why. I just have this feeling like I saw a video today of Nacho doing his stretches, doing his thing, his promo video and all that stuff. And I'm like,
yeah, he always does that though, bro. He's that guy. He's awesome.
I know, but that's the thing is like, dude, he's got like one of these. It's like right there. It's like one of these stages has got to be his. So I think he's gonna.
Oh, it will be before it's over.
Yeah. And then let's see. That's our okay. So I got one more. Ooh. Dude, I'm. You know what? I'm kind of split. I'm literally split between the KTM conglomerate and Honda, Van Beveren.
Yeah, Adrian. Yeah, he had a great not off season, but he had a great season leading up to Dakar. You know, so, but his rally hasn't been up there, but maybe that's his plan. Maybe with his mentor, that's his plan.
He's in 16th early on, plenty of time to make up, for the overall. The stage win, I think you know what? It's tough. Actually, okay, and just thinking about it, if I wanted to, right now's the time to kind of like get that anchor in and put in some more aggressive times and try and be a little more aggressive at being towards the top, and then scale it back slowly and then jump on it towards the end. So you've kind of already gotten your place in the group.
I believe and this is just me thinking out loud, I believe if you're in the top 12, top 15, and the times are pretty close, you're going to be fine. You're totally going to be fine. Yeah. I mean, because the times are pretty close from, I'm trying to remember, but yeah, you'll be fine, bro.
The first 19 bikes are 10 minutes apart.
There you go.
From Mason to the 19th bike is 10 minutes. That's
look at Sam. Look at anything can happen. Sam went out on the first day. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, let's talk. So, dude, you heard about this? I was talking about it earlier. You heard about this 130 kilometer an hour neutralization speed limit that was not in the road book?
No.
Yeah. So apparently there wasn't in the road book, and it was 130 kilometer an hour speed zone in the neutralization that nobody knew about. Or that it wasn't enough people didn't know about to where it turned into a thing. And but I don't know. I didn't see it. I wasn't looking for it. I only heard about it. But either way, that was looking like a 4-minute penalty. So just to play the game, 1 4-minute penalty right now. If you literally like sped to the start
if you threw it on someone, if you threw a 4-minute penalty on someone, where would it land them?
If you threw, let's just look at what it is now, right? So if you threw 4 minutes on Mason's time, 4 minutes flat would move him from 1st to 9th.
Yeah. What about Joan? Because Joan's like starting 3rd or 4th. Where would that throw him?
Let's see here. Oh, let's look at let's see. Joan Beretta.
Yeah, I think he was starting 6th.
Stage standings. Beretta 6th. 2 minutes there. So he's 2:32 behind. So 6:32 would put him 16th. 17th. Yeah. It would put him 17th.
Huge.
Dude, that's a huge jump.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, let me get this in. Let me give you my top 5 for the stage.
Yes, let's do it. NARS 5.
All right.
The gnarly 5.
Yeah. NARS top 5. Here you go. All right. I got Joan.
Okay.
I got Benavides.
Mm-hmm.
I got Toby. I like Ross Branch for 4th. And then I got Mason in 5th. And then Pablo 6th. Ricky 7th. Skylar 8th.
Okay.
Oh, I give you top 8. Because I feel like, I love Ricky. Ricky's my boy, and those guys. But, you still got to play the game. You still don't want to finish too far up there. So
yeah. This is going to be interesting. I still think the guys might be playing with it a little bit. Part of me thinks that if this really works out in Mason's favor, that the teams will have to rethink it. But I don't know, dude. It's hard because I know, I don't think I've ever really talked to anybody all the rally racers that I've ever talked to. Nobody was ever super stoked on starting. They knew exactly what was going to happen, and every time it happened,
you lose time. You lose time. You can, minimum 15 to 30 minutes you lose if you open.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to see now. Maybe that's another thing. Okay, well, maybe now with this multiplier, with this bonus time, it doesn't put him as far down the rankings, but then it creates this perfect sweet spot for him to slingshot later on.
I think if you, it's not during the whole stage for the time bonuses. It's up to a certain waypoint.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you're leading out and you catch every bonus,
mm-hmm.
I think the max you can gain back is like 2 to 4 minutes. So it's not a huge amount, but it's not hurting you either, Well, but if you're a great navigator like Mason, they might not catch you. that quickly or that further into the stage. You might be able to pull off something really spectacular.
Yeah. Well, and I think, that's an interesting thing too. And you could just as easily, piss it away in a penalty and a speed zone and whatever you did,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm like scouring the app right now, the Dakar app, about where they roadbook delivery, scrutiny, checkpoint.
Hey, on the subject, real quick. You've been to the house and stuff, and my door of fame where I have all the factory guys sign it, but Mason signed my door in my garage.
What?
Yeah, it was like a few years ago because we were doing rally training, and then they're coming out this way, and then Mason and his dad. His dad's super cool. I like them. They're cool. They're cool dudes. And I go, hey, dude, I got tires. If you guys need tires, and Mason's like, yeah, I want to try the tires. I'm like, dude, you got to sign my door. He's like, what? I'm like, dude, everyone signed it. All the champions on his door. So I actually had Mason sign my door. So
nice.
Yeah,
dude. Sonora Rally. I saw a post today from Darren over there.
Yeah, it's so cool to see Darren over there.
Yeah,
it's cool. That's going to be part of the series.
It is. Absolutely is. I think that there's going to be a lot more rally headed this way. Okay. There's so I'm like looking at their. Okay, they gave the penalties. But why don't they show? I just want to see the bonus times. I want to know what that is.
I read it, but I don't remember, dude.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I told you.
No, and I thought, that like on the stage, like the stage rundown, it'd be like, okay, here you go. If you don't, from this section to this section is your special, or is your timed part, where you can make up time or you get your bonus time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say it. But, hey,
we're going to find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree with that one. So nice. So let's see what else we got. Okay, so we did the stage rundown. We talked. I talked about the American Rally Ridges. We talked about the starting order for tomorrow. The results from stage 2. I think we're good.
Hey, every time we talk, I'm going to ask you for your top 5. So be ready for that. All right.
Start writing. I got to start writing them down and start looking at these stages. I'll come up with them on the fly, and we'll see how it is. I'm going to start writing them down so I know my picks.
Yeah.
Nice. Are you in the Dakar League? On the fantasy league?
I actually am.
Oh, how are you doing?
Well,
are you waxing the floor? Are you kicking Jesse and Quinn's ass or what?
No, I think I'm ahead of Ziggy by. Well, he's ahead of me by 1. Hey, but you know who's just destroying me?
Who?
Amber Watson, bro.
No way.
Amber Watson. She's like in 22nd or something. I'm just like, are you kidding me? I was so pumped. I was ahead of her the other day, and then she got some picks right, and now she's just crushing me.
Nice.
So yeah, my goal is to beat Ziggy and Amber. And I'm ahead of Nick Garvin right now, so I'm super pumped about that. I'm ahead of Nick Garvin and Justin Morgan, so
nice.
Yeah, I got those guys beat. So
who's up top? I haven't even checked that.
I don't know, but like overall, I get like $2,400 in fake money, dude. I only got I'm 55th, but you know what? My boy Joanne's gonna get me up the ladder board.
There we go. I am going to, I know it's their thing, and I cross promote. I talk about there because I listen to their episodes as well. I'm listening to the Dakar Daily.
Yeah, no, Quinn and Ziggy are awesome, dude. And I know Quinn. I've known Quinn for a number of years, and I have Johnny gave me Quinn's rally bike from 2012. I mean, kind of what launched the Honda program for rally. I got Quinny's old bike, and I ran into Quinn. He was doing some testing, and I was out making a route, and I ran into Quinn, and it was good to see him, and hung out for a bit. And I did tour Ziggy with Jimmy Lewis and those guys, and Jesse Ziegler's just He's awesome, dude. He's so fun to be around, and they have really good chemistry on Dakar Rally Daily. You know, like you said, I listen to them too, dude. They're great to listen to.
Yeah, I enjoy it, and I think and I learned some things. I definitely learned some things. All right,
you will.
Why can't I wait? Is this gonna get me too?
What did you do?
I got to log in. No, so. I was like, okay, well, how about we do this? I mean, I'll log into the Dakar Fantasy Derby. I'll look at the results, and then I'll bring those to the worldwide audience.
Yeah,
we have the Dakar Rally and we have the Dakar Fantasy Derby going on, but we'll let that one be. We'll let those guys do it. But dude, yeah, I'm excited. Stage 3.
For sure. Yeah, it's getting more exciting as every day goes by, dude, honestly.
I absolutely agree. I am going to look over at it right now. Get rid of that one. And we'll see, because I think everybody is... this is interesting. In interest of sporting fairness, the map will only be available after the start of the first car in the selected section.
Okay.
So that was something that was mentioned, and I heard about it twice, that they were actually limiting the people that could go to the start of the show. So you could not leave the bivouac and go to the special start and just hang out and watch them start. The special start is competitors only. Well, apparently there was some exchange of information that was going on, and strategizing last minute based on times and based on things that we're seeing, for instance, in tracking between teams and at the stage start. And actually it was interesting because Sebastian Loeb or Stefan Petterhansel that mentioned this? I think it was Loeb that mentioned it at the when they were doing the introduction. And they were talking about that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's something different. You know, the teams are no longer allowed there, so there's certain information and things that we can't get that were critical for us." And so, like, he wasn't necessarily happy about it, that they weren't allowing that at the stage start. So I don't know. I feel like there was more going on to it. I mean, and dude, it's the Dakar. Everybody wants to be operating at 100% of the rule book. And then some. So I could see where there was things going on. And I mean, we've seen it before, right? The GPS devices and things like that, comms devices that, they ruled out in the cars that were no longer allowed to run them a few years back. And there's, little by little, they've been working on it. And I just think that this was one more step. And I'm going like, okay, I understand, and it's interesting now that they're blocking the map for tracking of the bikes until the cars start. Very specifically saying until the cars start.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting. Hey, speaking of cars and whatnot, what about Shorty? I mean, he's been a bike guy this whole time, but now Andrew Shorts is in a golf cart.
Yeah, he's in a golf cart.
Yeah, I saw some. I didn't know, dude. I mean, I haven't really talked to Ricky. Ricky hasn't mentioned it, or and Shorty. I don't know. I was just like, I go, Shorty's in a golf cart. Oh, well, that's crazy. He's on the right-hand side. So it's pretty cool. He's still involved.
I know. Yeah. Let me see here. I'm looking at.
I mean, I would love to see Shorty on a bike,
Oh, for sure.
And I've met him a few times at Jimmy's and stuff, and super cool dude,
Yeah.
Down to earth, super cool dude.
I think so. Let me see here. I'm looking at the let's see where they are at. Short. No, he's not in that class. Let's see. What class were they running? Was it the modified production?
I have no idea, bro. I just follow bikes.
I know, me too. Oh, there. Okay, cool. M. Taylor and Andrew Short. Okay, they are in this one.
Hey, let's just keep tabs on Shorty just to see how he's doing, because he's a bike guy, bro. Supercross guy, motocross. He's kind of our dude too. So
he is there currently. Their team is currently 6th, finished 6th for the stage 2, and they're currently running 9th.
Still in the hunt. Still early.
9th overall, yeah. Can-Am Factory South Racing.
All right.
So
never heard of that, but I'm not a golf cart guy, so whatever.
I know. But hey, I mean, they're in the hunt, top 10, right? There's that swing part, and obviously he can navigate. So, yeah, I want to get him on the show. I want to get him on the show. You know.
Yeah, I really don't have a connection to Shorty unless I make a bunch of phone calls. But I'd be like, "Hey, it's Nar. Remember I met you at Jimmy's?" He'd be like, "Who?" I'm like, "Yeah, never mind. Sorry, bro." Yeah. I'm like, "I'm Ricky's buddy." You know, be like, "Who?"
No, he seems I talked to him a little bit at Sonora when I was doing the rally comp thing down there, and 2 years ago, and he seems really cool, down to earth. So I think it'd be easy to talk to him, because I think a lot of people, I'm really trying to talk to everybody that's transitioned, that's going from rally to, or that's going from some other form of motorsport, two-wheel, that's deciding like, I want to go rally racing. So we'll get him on there. And I got to figure out how to get Johnny on there.
How to get who? I'm sorry you broke up. I'm sitting in my car talking to you in my front yard.
Oh, Mr. Baja. How do we get Mr. Baja on here? Johnny Campbell. That's another. I know that one's going to be a challenge.
JC?
His calendar's like,
I just heard Johnny. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Yep, I'm here.
Okay, I can hear you kind of in and out.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll wrap it up. But yeah, the next one to get, I definitely want to get Johnny on the show. I know that's kind
of. I might have to. Yeah, Johnny. It's awesome. I love JC. He's like my dude. I've been part of that program since like '95. But yeah, Johnny will text me updates and stuff. You know, not like social media updates, but like personal stuff, and it's pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe I get JC on for us.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
see what we can do.
We'll have to get you down here to Adventure Taco Studios, and then we can get. We'll get on there. That'd be rad. All right.
Yeah, I got to make it down there, brothers. Definitely. But hey, man, call me anytime. I always love talking to you, whether it's just talking like bros or just doing this or whatever. It doesn't matter. And more than welcome to share my limited knowledge with you. And get your damn rally bike light together so we can do some road books, bro.
Oh, she's ready. I fired it up. I am absolutely stoked. I'm literally just waiting on some spacers coming from W. And what else? And that's it. Oh, I need to do a seat. I got this 2x4 for a seat that's just not going to cut it. But I'll figure it out. I don't care.
Yeah, I got 5 bikes, so you're more than welcome to stay at the house and jump on one of my bikes.
Dude, we got to do well. And right now is prime time. Hero Dirt. You got Hero Dirt up there,
absolutely,
don't you?
For sure.
Okay, yeah, we really got to do it. I got a buddy from work that wants to come up. He's like, dude, I so want to ride with Gnarly Dave. Like, I'm so looking forward to that. I want to ride with Gnarly Dave. And I go, when I ride with Gnarly Dave, we're doing road books, which means if you're coming up, you're going to end up on my bike and you're going to end up having to navigate. Nobody rides for free.
That's funny.
Yeah, but awesome. All right, dude. Well, have a good evening. Let's wrap this up. I got another stage, and man, I am ready for bed. See, bueno.
Yeah, hey. Yeah, all right. Good talking to you, Taco. Right, and I'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right.
See you.
Sounds like a plan. See ya.
Peace out.
All right. Later.
Late.
All right. That was with none other than Gnarly Dave on the Chasing Waypoints. Oh, the 2023 Dakar edition of the Chasing Waypoints podcast. So absolutely stoked. Oh, man. Dakar Rally. This is like our Super Bowl, right? If you guys are into the motorsport thing, you're into the rally raid type of thing, that this is our Super Bowl. This is the first race of the World Rally Raid Championship, which the Sonora Rally is now a part of. If you guys haven't already set the dates, April 22nd through the 28th in the city of San Luis Rio, Colorado, and I believe Hermosillo and Puerto Peñasco, and I don't know. They're going to be doing a bunch of cities. They're going to be details to follow, details to come. You guys will see those, hear those, talk about it, all of that fun stuff. So I'm excited for that one. I'm absolutely ready. Going to be probably headed down to the Sonora Rally School as well. Again, my goal is to make as many of these schools as I can. I don't plan on riding that one in particular, but I definitely want to be down there for that. Just mingle with everybody, do what I can to help with the organization, and have some fun, man. I mean, you guys got to remember, everything. And this is something that I messaged Mason earlier today. It was like the same thing. It was like, dude, you put the bike up on the box, and now it's, just go out, have fun, do what you're doing. You're kicking ass, so make it happen. And I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Have fun, loose. I mean, watch the videos of him riding this bike, and he is so much looser than before. And so I think that that's where this speed is coming from, is he just putting the bike where it needs to be. He's got the thing working. I know Bart on the BAS team, they've built him a really, really good bike, a very competitive bike for this event. And obviously, the results are speaking for themselves so far. So anyway, with that being said, guys, that is a wrap for stage number 2 of the 2023 Dakar Rally Chasing Waypoints podcast. So I am hoping that you guys are having a good time following along with this one. Keep an eye out for the updates. Keep an eye out for the posts. Do not forget to follow the American Rally Originals. We're posting some of their information there. And then, of course, any of the other guys, right? Jacob Argubright, you have Ace Nilsson, you have Peter Angelo Vec, Wolfie Racing on Instagram, Skylar Howes, Mason Klein, Ricky Brabeck, all of those guys. So we got 11 guys out there. We need to support them all and having some fun. And, let's see what happens. So anyway, guys, with that being said, remember, it'll make sense when you get there. Enjoy the ride. All right, that is a wrap for the Chasing Waypoints podcast this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you heard. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and a bunch of others. Also, follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook under Chasing Waypoints, Instagram, Chasing Waypoints _official, and, of course, the YouTube under Chasing Waypoints. Hope everybody has a good week. We will see you guys for the next episode. Remember, shiny side up, and don't forget to tag us. We want to see where you guys are riding and what you guys are up to. Have a great week.